Hi, we are here talking about LIC IPO, and at Religare Broking Limited, we are suggesting to subscribe in this IPO. And we have strong, compelling reasons for suggesting that. Firstly, it's a market leader with 64% of market share. The brand equity is great. In fact, what Colgate has been over the years for toothpaste, LIC is for insurance. So it's enjoying that kind of loyalty and brand equity. The other reason is the industry is also growing quite substantially. 14 to 16% CAGR growth rate is anticipated till FY32. So you are in a space where there is a decent amount of growth visibility. And last but not the least, look at the valuations. With price to embedded value at 1.1 times, this stock would be cheapest among the listed space. Now the other names which are in this space, SBI Life, it's trading around 2.5 times. Pro ICICI is trading around, or ICICI Life is trading around 3 times, and HDFC Life is enjoying the premium at 4 times price to EV. Now, there are concerns, and I want to address those concerns, and I believe that market is giving a lot of weightage to those concerns, which can be easily addressed over a period of time. Firstly, that company is losing market share. Now, we all know that LIC was enjoying monopoly. So when new player come into any industry, it is bound that the bigger player tend to lose market share, and we have seen this happening in many industries as such. But will it continue keep losing market share? Answer to that is no. And at the same time, you also need to see that it is losing market share, but its top line, its bottom line is growing. So it's not that it is losing market share and making losses, or the profitability and revenues are coming down. So I think this concern of LIC losing market share is quite misplaced. The other thing is the growth rate. The peer growth rate is much higher than LIC. Agreed. And I don't want to talk about here base effect. But what I want to say over here is, obviously PSUs get lesser valuation because their growth rate is lesser than the counterparts, private counterparts. And at the same time, you look at the LIC book size and what the other listed players are having book size. So in that context, I believe lower growth rate is pretty okay. If you look at LIC's figure, let's not compare. Look at LIC's figure. Then the renewal premium are growing around 9.5% per annum. The new business premium is growing at around 13.5%. So there is growth rate, and there is a substantial growth rate on this heavy base. So I think again that private players are growing at much faster pace and LIC is growing at lower pace. I think that concern is again misplaced. The other concern which market has is about low free float, only 3.5%. Yes, this would lead to demand supply mismatch. A lot of people are saying that probably management would come with an FPO, which would again add to supply. But I think management in their commentary clearly mentioned that they have no plans for any further FPO in near future. And we have all seen that how some of the larger names with lower free float, what has happened to their stock prices. And the most important concern which participants had, that 6 months back or a year back, LIC IPO was getting priced at 10 lakh crores. Now it is coming at 6 lakh crores. So what has gone wrong? So I have a two-part answer to this. Firstly, look at what has happened to other insurance company prices. I think most of them have corrected around 35 to 40% in last 6 months since October 2021. There have been many companies which have not left anything on table for investors, and we have seen that after bumper listing gains, these stocks are trading 40-50% down their issue prices. And LIC management has not done that. They have left something on the table, and I believe that valuations are quite cheap. Yes, there are some concerns which over a period of time management would address, and these cheap valuation offers a lot of margin of safety to an investor who's investing in this IPO. And that I believe is a very important element to consider. And hence we suggest subscribe for LIC.